Welcome back everybody, this is Brothermutant here. Today we're going to do another quick video for a solo character. This is Bookworm, the Scroll Savant I've been running solo in my spare time. She's level 17 now, which is making her extremely powerful. She's able to cast level 9 wizard spells, as well as she's able to cast any spells she can get her scroll hands on. So this character is specifically in a barbarian encampment called the City of Hollow Eyes. And I've already beaten it once, but I wanted to see if it was capable of beating it with the full contingent of spells that she has in her book. So she can. Short version, spoiler. This character is a direct competitor, as far as I'm concerned, for Mithril's sorcerer build. This is a character that has literally been tweaked to damn near perfection. His character, not mine. They've done an amazing job soloing most, if not all, of the game, if I'm not mistaken. And I wanted to see if I could do the same, but with a wizard. And Scroll Savant seems to be the way to go. Now this character here gets level 17. She has a few pieces of decent gear on her, which we'll get into in a moment. I just want to check to make sure her spell book is loaded up, that we haven't forgotten to rest or something silly. It looks like we have everything we need. The downside is there's no level 9 evocation spell that I either have or have learned. There may not be one available. So that means we'll have to use meta magic if we want to take advantage of that favorite school slot. I don't know if it's worth a feat, but it's something to consider. Let's get inside, shall we? Now, we are going to assume a fight, even though we know there is one because I've already been through this area. We'll assume a fight. I'll pause it here in a second, show you how big the map is, and then you'll get an idea for why we assume there's going to be trouble. So here's our map. And again, you look at the size of this thing. By clicking, the green dot will only go as far as it can go. So you can see the size of this thing is going to be pretty damn huge compared to the vision that we have here of this tiny little speck. So it gets big real quick and in a hurry. So what we can do is, I like to have the armor of natural armor on. It's me amulet of natural armor on, give me a nice armor class bump. Now I could use the Heart of Ira, and I did it before in the past. I didn't do it for the AoE damage, I actually did it for the resistance to fatigue or what's the other one? Exhausted effects are not on your character as long as you're wearing this gear, so that's kind of nice. But I like having the Lesser Extend Meta Magic Rod on my character, so that the first 3 buffs that I kick off, which are Expeditious Retreat, Shield, and then Reduced Person, or have full duration, doubled. Because those are really good spells for one, and for the other, I already have the the Extended Meta Magic Rod, so I might as well use it. Now I usually slot back in either the Peridot Wyvern if I feel I need a pet. I normally don't for this fight, so I probably won't bring it out. But already you can see my armor class is actually sitting at a nice 38. Touch is not amazing, but we're going to fight some serious guys here where touch isn't an issue. That doesn't mean 38 is going to be enough. So look at it, hover over it, and get a feel for what you have for bonuses. Now we have a bonus for size, because we're small. We have an extra bonus for dexterity, +2, thanks to the reduced size as well. So dexterity bonus went up a point. We have a deflection ring +3, which I can actually get that higher, and we'll see that here in a minute. I can't take shield any better than what I have. That's a +4 spell. The natural armor amulet's on. Dodge is what it is. It's a feat. And I have these sensor robes on that give me another +2 to dodge, which again is particularly nice for this character. So it's giving me quite a bit. Now the only real thing that I could jump up here would be adding maybe another bump to my dexterity, or the deflection ring, or some other kind of spell that increases another stat that you have there. Now, the deflection, there's a spell called Shield of Faith. Normally, this spell is a cleric-based spell. It doesn't have to be just a cleric, but clerics normally get it. Has a +2 deflection bonus to armor class, with a +1 for every 6 levels past that. So 6th, 12th, and 18th level. So a maximum of +5 deflection. Well, we're not 18, so we don't get the +5, but we do get +4. And remember, I can cast this, instead of it being caster level 1, as a caster level 17, Scroll Savant, because of my ability at level 10, which is an amaze ball. So we just right click it and say use, and boom, you saw my armor class went up 1 point. It's because Shield of Faith is now +4. They don't stack, it's just the best one. Now I could technically take that ring off and it would still be the same armor class, but that spell is only going to last me for 17 minutes. Should be enough to get us through what we're doing. Now I have other things that I can do. Let's take a look at our stuff here. Shield spell we already have on us. I could do this one, Sacred bonus to armor class. I don't have any Sacred armor class, so this would be definitely a positive. Downside is there's only one I have of it, and I really don't think I'm going to need it for this particular fight. So I think I'll just keep it for the time being. We do have other things, though, that could be useful. Like remove fear. We have remove sickness. Those are buffs. So we have those on us now. Really long-lasting ones, too. 10 for remove fear. That's the standard, though. I have reduced person, but I already have that on me, so I could have done it from here. Mage armor I don't need because I have these +8 bracers. I do have Hurricane Bow. That's a nice one because the damage output for this bow now is this crossbow, excuse me, is going to be much better than what you just saw. So that's nice, and that's going to last 17 minutes, so that's amazing. What else can I do? I could use Divine Favor, but it only lasts for a minute, but I would get it at the full +3 benefit. So that's actually pretty nice. So +3 to attack and a +3 to damage, and that's going to be something that's added on here because it's a luck bonus, so that'd be pretty sweet. I could use Bless, but we're going to use Greater Heroism here in a moment, and that would not stack because it's a morale bonus for the same general bonuses. But I do have a Bear's Endurance. Let's get our endurance a little higher. That gives me an extra hit point bump. Gotta love that. Delayed Poison. That's a long-lasting buff for us, 17 hours. That's going to be amazeballs. Now I have these resistance scrolls, but I have these built in my build already anyway, so I don't technically need to use them now. I do have potions, and I am going to use a blur potion because I don't have a blur spell prepared. What else can I do? I could do haste, but there's really no need. It would give me more dodge, but I can't benefit from any of the speed. I can't because I already have Expeditious Retreat on, and I wouldn't benefit from the extra attack because I'm not going to be able to stand still and shoot with my crossbow. It's going to be kiting, blasting, running around in a circle, doing it again. So that's going to be a thing. From there, Death Ward. Notice how I used it. You heard the click, and it still stayed at 4. And you can see over here, Death Ward's on me. Remember, that's because of this little dude that I have on me. Hand of the Magus Dan. 25% chance when you use a scroll that the scroll doesn't get used. So 1 in 4 chance. Extremely nice. Now you could be cheesy as hell and literally load up after each buff with just 1 scroll of each of the buffs that you want, making sure that the Hand of the Magus Dan works so that you don't use the scroll and save it. Use the next one. If it uses it, go back to the last save. Use the next one again, and until it literally doesn't use it, save again. You can do that. I wouldn't. It would be time consuming, but it's definitely something that's a possibility. I do have freedom of movement, but I only have the 1, and I'd like to keep it, so I really don't anticipate this being a problem. Let's stop out of here. Still paused. You can see I already have a huge amount of buffs on me. Go to our character sheet. We're doing pretty good for armor. Our attack bonus could be a little better, so let's actually get some of that stuff up. Well, first, mirror image is a classic. And I like this one because even though it only has 17-minute duration for me right now, and I don't extend it because we will burn through those probably before that 17 minutes is up. You notice I have another one prepared for that specific reason. So that's the reason I have 2. I have resist elements, or resist energy, excuse me. And because I like to slap fire down on almost everything, we're going to do fire twice. So I'm going to do fire for this one, and then we'll stack protection from fire on top of that. And of course we have our Greater Heroism, which I love. Doesn't last very long. Pause it. You can see that's a 17-minute as well. But that gave us a +4 to all kinds of stuff. So let's take a look at our character now. +20 to my attack. All these skills got bumped up. And you see I got 17 now extra hit points. So that's pretty nice. Because these guys are going to be heavy hitting jackasses, normally I don't use Stone Skin. I have it prepared for this reason. I have plenty of Diamond Dust. Been hoarding it, matter of fact. I've been kind of lazy about using this spell, and it is a very good spell. So let's actually use some Stone Skin Challenge. Boom. And that's going to be a nice long buff too. So that one will decent amount of protection incoming, so even if they penetrate my defenses, that I can get around that stuff. Now I'm not going to use displacement or haste right now. If the poop hits the fan, I may slap one of those on. Probably displacement. It doesn't last very long is the problem. but it's not, again, not worth me trying to extend it, in my opinion. Now, we know that this is going to be a fight, but we just don't know where, technically speaking. I do, because I've already been through the area. Basically, if you come through the encampment, you're going to see everyone start charging and going to a fight. Now, I don't like letting my teammates die. I'm clearly here to help these guys out. So, how do we do that? Well, I have a couple nice freeze spells that I like to lock them down. We got more than one guy on them. One guy way over there, lonely by himself. Let's see if I can help him out. And then from there, this jerk needs to just take it on the chin. Oh, let's do a, what is that, Scorching Ray? Scorching Ray. Fine. Oh man, it made me use, oh it did, okay, outstanding.
God, we will prevail.
Right, we'll use it on this guy now. Nice. I'm going to use the permanent arc. Let's through these guys. I'm going to lose a guy or two, so I'm not really worried about that. But I don't want to hurt these teammates of mine. Sorry, fellas. My bad. I'll pick up your gear later. So this guy here is basically until you come back to camp. It's going to be a main teammate. Here he is. Hilla? Killa. I'm not sure. Hilla. And I'm going to zip through this stuff. Basically, they're going to let us know. You can decide who sent you. I'm actually going to say the Goth because I actually didn't know what else to put. Basically, he's going to pay us to go find his peeps. Now, there's treasure in the encampment. And I'm not saying you shouldn't pick it up. In fact, there's even traps in here. They will let you loot from them. They don't seem to give a damn. But we are on a time crunch because we do have our buffs on us. So what I do is I'm going to come up the path, go up the side wall, come back down this side, cut over this way. So make a big box shape. And then I'm going to cut through the middle as needed. So that's going to be the general plan. And I'm going to try to do it with all the spells I have on me without trying to use any more scrolls. You know, I've already used plenty to buff myself. Now you have little indications that there's trouble ahead, like the barbarian that got killed. I'm just going to loot the body, just because every once in a while you'll see a potion that's going to be useful or a scroll. Over here, we're going to have not just one, not just two, but 3 of these damn giants. And if you can line it up and get them all in it, so they all take some acid to the face. He's saved. They didn't. He's going to die sooner. This guy has a lot more health than the other two, because this guy took half damage. But they will tick, and this guy should definitely die. If not, we can whittle him down with things like that.
I was successful in my search.
This guy that made a save looks like because he made a save, he doesn't get the ticks on him. Something I did not know.
Strike as one.
Yeah, that's not going to be enough. Let's hit him with a big one. The tick on this is like literally knowing when that 6-second timer is going to stop so you can cast as soon as you walk away. Alright, now we're probably good for using the single target stuff. The single missile stuff. This is the force missile ability you get for being an evoker, which my character is. Again, we're not going to loot the bodies per se, because we don't need to carry all this heavy weight on us. But we're just checking for potions, stuff that we might need in the next fight. There's treasure in the general area. I'm not going to grab everything because the stuff is heavy. For some reason, there's this trippy-dippy little tent out here. I'm not real sure what that's about. Maybe that's the guy that got mugged over here by the giants. But seems odd.
Stand with me.
Alright, so now over here, we have this big pool of wolves and bandits. And these are not people we're trying to save, so we can kill with impunity. So I do a caustic eruption. It's great AoE damage. And everything that basically got hit by it, unless they make their save, they should take ticks of damage. The wolves just start dropping like flies. It makes it at least more manageable, is my point. From there, they are quick. We want to bring it around, and these are just exit areas, so don't get down to obviously. And they do have a cleric, so be careful. It does hold person, and then random Cyclops keeps coming up, which really starting to suck. But if you do it right, you hit him with a nice fireball spell. It takes out most of them. If you really have to get freaky, you can go with the dragon breath, or you could use a nice shout. But they're still slow, lumbering jackasses, so a nice fireball spell will still catch most of them. And then if you really lead them to like the next big fight, you can caustic eruption again and just catch them for the last little bit of damage that they would need to die. Because there's going to be guys
Quite a discovery.
everywhere in this map. Just don't let them wander too far away, because then they will just traipse back to their own base. Here we go. Chance to get in, nice tight. Nice corruption. And some of the bandits got away from it. Give it a chance to check off so that the ones that did get hit will die. Saves, so thank God for that. He's gonna die, he's gonna die. He
Do not hold back.
is a little goober. Let's ash splash that jackhole. Yeah, that's a good face injury. You missed it, huh? Do that too. That's going to tick for a good long while on him, so that's okay. Well, we don't want to waste our buffs. Remember, these buffs aren't going to last forever, but it's not really that much of a concern. You notice I'm already losing quite a few of my mirror images. I'm down to 1. So that's going to be a thing before too long.
I was successful in my
Nice
search.
little trade. There you go, take that. And again, you're going to find lots of magical gear, nothing really to write home about. There's going to be some hidden pieces out here that I've found, and I'll direct you to those. There's going to be good gear, to be sure. You're going to get a lot of +1s, you're going to get a lot of +1 deflection rings, armor, plenty of stuff.
I will guide us.
And I'm going to show you a trick when we get through this area for loot that you may have missed. Not necessarily stuff like this that you have to walk up on and click. I'm going to pick this up just so I can drop it because it's heavy. Leather +2. Okay. But there is going to be a nice trick for scavenging up all this loot. And I'm sure you guys have seen it, but there's a better trick that I wanted to show you.
We will
So we have this
prevail.
doofus. And we've got a couple of Cyclopes arguing. We're trying to decipher what they say. Move closer. Oh, looks like they see me. Inspect the stone. We detect magic. Ask them what they talk about. And we could convince them to share the treasure. We can, tell them, just settle the argument with a knife fight, watch one of them kill the other, and then you kill the other one. I'm just going to say, fuck that, give me the treasure.
We shall
And
overcome.
again, they're big, they're mean, they're nasty. I definitely want to get me another one of these. Hey, that's my target, you jerk. I love how they're just beating down the other ones, because these guys are huge, man. But these guys are taking steady damage, so we're doing good. If you need to lock one down, you actually can hit them up with a nice hook spell. And then from there, what I like to do is go perpendicular to the little doofuses, cast like a fire spell on their butt, a big firewall right here. They're stuck in it, and anyone stuck in it, they should continue to take damage from it. If you can't get them to stay in it long enough to die,
Attack.
then you can like literally kite around the weapon and walk through it periodically because the weapon's so damn slow, and so is he. But that's a cheap and easy way to get those guys. We'll leave them there for a moment.
Defeat is not an option.
But we got some
Strike
puppies.
as one.
Now, while it looks like we're out of our kick-ass spells, like Caustic, and we technically are, we do have Greater Shadow Evocation, Caustic. But I want to make sure everybody slide that tune. They take damage, no one's going to die. Oh, it looks like they do tick even if they make their save. Okay, good. Come on, pup. The only real issue that you have to worry about is tripping. And there's gear that will prevent you from being tripped, by the way. I don't have it yet. But I could totally see in that being of something of great value. Yeah, looks like we got more puppies. And it looks like we're fighting somebody. So, we might as well lose our last. Come on, doggies. Don't worry about the corpses everywhere. Like I said, we're going to pick up treasure on the way out. The dog's going to trip me eventually. My armor's great, but it's not that great. Yeah, so we want to make sure that these guys are all together nice and tight. So that we do something like, oh, I don't know, how about a Sirocco? Feels like a Sirocco time. If you step, these guys will actually walk into it. Because they're stupid. Otherwise, dumb. You don't see the big swirling whirly-gurgy of death. So we can literally just leave them all.
Let us press on.
And sometimes I'll periodically stop to pause it to check the map just to see the dead zones. And I don't want to miss it just like a random body. That's not a completion. But if you feel like you've walked through all the dead zones, you're probably good.
That is quite a discovery.
Just a little chunk of cheddar. Just some random note about a boat. I'm not really sure what that's about, but whatever. Got a took many blows to drop this enormous undead beast, so somebody killed it. Again, treasure.
Stand with me.
There we go. From here, let's do. No, where's my dragon breath? A little bit closer. There. Acid in the face, jerks. Oh, that'll hurt. There, I think it's time for a fireball. And again, loot the bodies if you feel like you must. Sometimes you find good treasure scrolls that you don't have or want.
I will guide us.
That's always nice. And I think those are random drops, by the way. I don't think it's a set, like you get this scroll with this person that dies. Unless it's like a boss, perhaps.
Let us press on. We
go.
will prevail.
Hey, buddies. You all look like you need some of this. There as well. Hey, Bandito. Alright. What can we do to liven the mood? Cloud kill, that seems overkill, quite frankly. I can be a complete another tool and TP on the other side of this. Because they will come to me, and then a nice little Sirocco later. That cleric is going to die. Right, buddy. I need you to die. How do I make that a thing? This one? That works for me. This guy is really starting to annoy. Shout. Zip it. Alright, now. Like that. I mean, I could always just use the other teleport. This is wasteful as all hell. But I've got a nice Sirocco here waiting for me. I might as well let him run through it because Ray is a bit stupid. And let him just die this way. So that's the thing. I believe that's most of it. Let's come back over here. We'll cover this here in a moment. And all that's just trailings of stuff, I'm sure. We want to make sure we didn't forget anything. And I'm fairly certain there's a hidden piece of gear over here that you really want to see. So let's actually go do that. So you get caught in your own web spell. Oh, jerk that I am. I forgot to put on my saving cloak. +5. I was using the other one. That's my fault. That +5 will allow me to break out of this probably a little faster than normal. In theory.
Without a doubt.
Anyway. These guys are dead. We still got spells. We're not out of spells yet. We got all these fireball spells and what have you up here still. So, I mean, I'm not hurting by any stretch of the imagination.
The deed is done.
This is the one you wanted to see. What's it called? Rage Claw. This is the first adamantine weapon I have found. It doesn't mean I didn't find one and sold it like a dumbass and wasn't paying attention, but it's an adamantine longsword called Rage Claw. +2 enhancement on it, and when someone's raging or under the effect of a rage spell, the +2 becomes a +4 bonus. So, a pretty nice longsword. So,
Godspeed.
free and easy to get, and all you gotta do is walk over to the area, pick it up. So, kind of nice. Alright, let's kind of go through this area here, make sure there's not bodies or something that I need to kill.
I was successful in my search.
Poor soul skull was crushed and the brain was removed. Ew! Alright, trippy trap.
The deed is done.
Back here.
Let us press on.
Whole lot nothing, huh? Well, that was totally worth coming this way. This is inside, and we're going to go there in a mo. But I'm going to show you the trick outside here first. Let's grab the treasure. Oops. I didn't want to pick up that mace, though. I'll just drop it for the time being. We're trying to keep our load light so that we're still zippy speed-wise.
I will guide us.
Another trap on the other side, not surprising.
I have managed. The deed is done.
I know what I just picked up, and apparently I liked it. Oh, I didn't pick it up. There we go. Fireballs and cure moderate wound scrolls. Gotta love that. I love money. Alright. So let's take a look. So yeah, so it's basically at this point you just want to cover all the areas that are basically still shadow darkness. Walk through it, and you can do it from the map if you feel that you really have killed everything. You just skid around through. And more than anything, this is a good technique for making sure that you haven't missed a hidden item or a trap. You can do this because the game will pause if you have it set to that. So it doesn't matter if you can't see anything, you're just looking from the top-down view here. This guy might even thank us at this point, but we still haven't freed the lady from inside. So... going down, yay. Okay, now, here, since we're down at this side, let's just do it over here. Need an exit. We're not leaving the area, we're going to pretend like we're going to. And I want to make sure to have the Heart of Ira on, because I don't want to be fatigued. Remember, my strength is not the best. So, if you go here, as you know, when you leave, you can collect all. We're going to be ridiculously overweight, will not let us leave. That's fine. There's a reason I'm doing this trick to show you something. So first, don't leave, because you can't. Step away from the exit far enough that you can drop the treasure pile that you're not going to take with you. You can come back for it later. This gives you a chance to look through the stuff, though. So we have leather armor +2. Got all these +1 great axes, +1 daggers, +1 protection rings. I'm going to drop all them. And I'm going to really miss when this pressing the space bar makes this continue to drop stuff, because I think they're getting rid of that, which is a damn shame. But it's what it is. We got a +1 breastplate we're dropping, +1 chain shirt that we can drop, +1 cloak of resistance we can drop. By the way, I also have a cloak of heroism. This is somewhere else. So when my greater heroism, wears off in 4 minutes, I can always put that on real quick, activate it, take it back off, and put on my cloak of resistance +5. So I like to keep those. And it's a little heavy, but not too much. 3 pounds ain't that big a deal. It's the scrolls that are really killing me at this point. We got these normal gear stuff and masterwork stuff that we're going to drop all these. But look at all this. Is $100 a pop, guys, and all the stuff that we're losing here. We can come back here with a party of people and just clean up with some serious money. We just got to take the strongest carrying capacity team we have, and you'll have money, 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 money. So let's drop these. Drop that. Drop these as well. We're going to drop, got that bone shaker. That's a new scroll for me. I already have it, so I don't need to learn it, but I was kind of hopeful. Every time I see a new icon, I want to make sure that I can't, you know, like, oh my god. Click it and learn it, because I want to have the best spell book ever. Well, I'm very happy, by the way, with the newest update. This gives us, by the way, for those of you that don't know, the ability to buy scrolls in town, like arcane scrolls. And the good news with that is as your arcane stat goes up, that vendor, she will be able to sell you better scrolls at the higher level. So that's kind of sweet. So it really helps for those of us that are arcane casters that need to, you know, scribe into our books, and we're having a hard time finding all the best spells. So as you can see, I got a bunch of spells that you probably never saw before. Stone Call, and See Invisibility, Bone Shaker, and all these ones. And I like the new icons that they have too, so that's pretty sweet. All right, so you can see that my weight's back down. And so we're pretty happy with that. I still have this, of course, but that's one I took with me here like a dum-dum. Took it off a character, forgot to put it in my chest. And I will do so when I get back to town, because it's a pretty decent piece of gear. I just found something that I liked better for that character. But there's our pile. But the reason I did this to you is because now look at all the other stuff that we didn't pick up. Why is that? We either didn't skin it and pick it up, or we didn't look at the body and pick it up. So we have to go to all these locations now and pick up stuff, which we'll do later. Let's actually just go over here, because I wanted to finish this part for you, to prove that this part can be done with just a single complement of resting and spells on my level 17 character. And yes, I know that sounds cheating, because I'm level 17, and that means, of course, I have a ridiculous number of spells, but this is a solo character for this reason. And this is a reason that I think this character is capable of keeping toe-to-toe, or at least somewhat, with Mithrils. I have more flexibility than he does. I have the access to scrolls. I definitely have more flexibility than he does. But my character still has decent skills. Knowledge word 30. Succeeded. Examine the entrance. Magic. The word Kevin. We learned that from one of those sisters. Allows us to open the door. She warns us before opening the door to put something in the way, otherwise we'd be locked in. That's how she got locked in. So we do so. Extremely helpful. And there's like one fight inside here. So I'm going to zip by her dialogue, do the one fight, clean out there, come back outside, and then we'll know we're done, and I'll say goodnight. So I'll come up here. Here she comes up the stairs. We'll go through this stuff. And I don't attack her. I don't know that that's a bad idea or not. We'll probably kill him at some point.
Let us press on.
But there's plenty of hidden stuff in here. Just zip through the area.
That is quite a discovery.
Scared the shit out of me for a second here, kitty. There's an arcane.
The deed is done.
Traps. Yeah, and this guy just shows up out of nowhere. And he's a dread zombie cyclops. He's a jerk. But I have this spell here, Polar Ray. I've been saving for somebody. It does really good damage. And then we do another Hellfire Ray on this jackhole, and he's basically a done bad. The cold and the hot, baby. And I'm going to actually just loot his body. This actually looks like a door, but if you look at it, it specifically tells you it looks like a door, but it's not. It's kind of annoying. And here's like a depiction of organs, which is ew. And there's a treasure over here too. I think that's it. And that's all you get in this area, as far as I know.
I will guide us.
And then I'll come outside. And yes, we're overweight because of course, the hide armor and all that fun stuff. But once we get outside, we'll drop it again. Get to our minimum load, so to speak. And with that, I'll say goodnight. My name is Brothermutant. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I'd like to thank everybody for joining my channel, by the way. We've managed to skyrocket past 50 way a long time ago. We're hitting 80 plus now, people, which I think is just amazing to me. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you do enjoy these videos, and feel free to point out stuff that you know that I do wrong, things that I say incorrect. I don't want to give wrong information to people. I want everybody to be in the same level of play. So if I say something in error, more likely it's in haste. But feel free to comment down below and let me know that, alright? With that, I'll see you guys soon. Bye now.